Very good evening, Nafki.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Oh, I can hear my own echo. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Wow. Good evening, friends, masters, meditators. Very, very warm welcome to day 22 of Manifestation Decoded. And I hope you're all believing, behaving, becoming, glowing more than before. Today, we are going to talk about the anatomy of ego and ego traits, the first part. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the second part. And before that, a quick anatomy of yesterday's session, where we discussed non-violent communication and types of energy theft. We started with the transactional analysis chart, where we discussed the types of energy thefts. And we looked at the different personality or trait types of the intimidator, the interrogator, who are both aggressive types, and the poor me or the aloof me, who are the passive types of energy theft personalities. So the whole point of all of this was to become more aware of our own cups, because when they are full and we are able to preserve our energy, we don't need to steal or give away unnecessarily. And we can just preserve our own, hold our own, and use it constructively. Then we saw how at the core of all anger, there's a need not being fulfilled, where we saw Marshall Rosenberg's video, who has been a very important negotiator and a meditator even between countries for peace. So we need to understand the language of need. And we need to stop being addicted to the stealing or losing of energy. We also saw the video where Oprah is in talks with Thich Nhat Hanh. I'm never able to pronounce his name correctly. Where we discussed compassionate, deep listening, which is, the only purpose of that listening is for the other person to be able to empty their heart. And that itself reduces their suffering and can create transformation and healing. And it also brings about a change in our own perception. And it can change relationships at a personal, community, national, even international levels. We saw the stages of emotions, which go from emotional slavery to rebellion to liberation. Slavery started by holding yourself responsible for others' emotional state. And rebellion is when you go the opposite way and saying, I don't care, and you just abandon. And abandonment is nothing but pessimism in action. The third was emotional liberation. Responding to needs out of compassion, not guilt or anger, by suppressing your own needs. And all of this needs to be done with, as Shreans said, Santa Claus energy. And relationships are here to make us conscious, not happy. The 4 mantras of loving relationships, again, Thich Nhat Hanh's video, where, he very beautifully explains the 4 sentences that can actually transform our relationships. One was, darling, I'm here for you, where you offer your true presence to the other. Darling, I know you're there and truly there for me. I know you suffer. That's why I'm here for you. And the last one, which he said is one of the most difficult to practice, is when the other person might have hurt you and you're still trying to make that relationship grow and flourish, where you say, darling, I suffer, I'm trying my best, please help me. Then we also saw the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel in his book with the same title. One was be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions and always do your best. And all of this eventually has no meaning if we are not practicing. So it's all practice, 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 till all these agreements and mantras become as natural to us as our breath. And today, before we go into anatomy of ego, here's a poem about ego and the boundaries we set between ourselves so faultlessly in a way with conditioning and over time. So a short verse about ego. Like a cannon, we go on shooting balls of delusion, bombs of deceit. Nothing important will change for the better till the I who does becomes the I that sees. To that seer in you, I bow, whose gaze pierces walls, whose presence itself is faith, whose cannon fires belief.
Wow, beautiful. This is really awesome.
Thank you.
Best I've heard from you. This is really cool.
Thank you, Shreans.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, friends.
So, thank you all, friends. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. So, today again we'll start with meditation. So, today we're going to do the same meditation which we did yesterday about our healing relationship. So, it's for around 54 minutes. And again, think of one relationship which you want to work on. And after the meditation, then we'll start with the session. Yes. So, let's begin. Yeah. Take a comfortable position, sit up straight, clasp your hands, cross your legs, and gently close your eyes. Today, our intention is to heal our relationships. It is nice to have this opportunity to revisit our relationships. And as we reconcile our relationships, we also heal our relationship with our own self and become the benefit of that healing. There is no subject of greater significance to you than your relationships, for without others, you could not be you. The process of this meditation is simple and is a great way to move from your old self to a new self. The first stage of the meditation is brain coherence, which helps you to make your mind empty, lose your identity, drop any resistance, and raise your vibrations. Then we move to the second stage, heart coherence. Here you open your heart, connect to your inner being, transcend your feelings, and generate enough momentum so that beneficial behaviors can be inspired. By now, you are ready to be ready to be ready. Then you move to the third stage where you connect to the relationship you want to heal. Here, I'll be guiding you with many affirmations. Then you move to a final stage where you express your sincere gratitude for this healing journey. So I welcome you, dear friends, to participate in this powerful healing process. I hope it benefits you. I want to invite you to gently shift your awareness to your nostrils. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils, and as you breathe out, relax. And one more slow, steady breath through your nostrils, and as you exhale, let your whole body relax. Shift your awareness from the world around you to the world inside you. At this moment of time, nothing else exists but your breath. Just be with your breath. Your normal, natural, simple, easy, relaxed breathing. With every inhalation and exhalation, become more and more relaxed. Feel the wave of relaxation sweeping your whole body. At this moment of time, completely drop your identity, your personality self, your ego, your analytical mind, which is the extension of your ego. Just drop it all and become pure consciousness. Withdraw your attention from all people, places, things, time and event, and just be with your in-breath and out-breath. And feel your whole body sinking into this generous present moment. As you observe each and every breath coming in and out of your nostrils, sense the temperature in your nostrils. Notice the sensations of the air as it moves in and out of your nostrils. Sense the sharp, cool sensation of the air on the way in and the warm, soft sensation of the air on its way out. Notice it. Sense it. Each and every breath is keenly observed. Are you breathing deep or shallow? Observe. Let not a single breath slip by without your awareness. If any time your attention seems to wander away with your thoughts, come back and bring your attention back to your nostrils. With every breath, feel yourself going deeper and deeper within. With every breath, sink further deep. Drift deeper. And even deeper still. And now it's time to become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. Become pure consciousness. Aware that you're aware in this endless vast field. surrender any aspects of your limited self to join the greater self and lose yourself in nothing to become everything. And now, gently shift your awareness to the area of your heart, allowing your breath to move in and out of this sacred center. Allow yourself to breathe more deeply, more soundly, and more completely. And as you breathe from this creative center, become aware of your feelings. Notice it. Remember, where your attention goes, your energy flows. With every breath, you infuse more life to your heart with your attention. This is the sacred place where we create from. With every breath, you activate this creative center furthermore. With every breath, you open your heart furthermore.
Every breath, you activate this creative center. Furthermore, feel the expansion in this area. Tune in to the pure positive energy of your inner being. Feel your connection with your source energy. Know that the source is the ultimate resource. Breathe, feel, and move into a new state of being as you rest your attention within this center. Breathe, feel, feel immense joy, immense gratitude. Feel immense love. Be thankful for all the wonderful relationships which you have in your life. Feel the appreciation in your heart for what you appreciates. Feel it. Remember this feeling in your heart. Remember it by heart. And now I want you to think of that person whom you want to heal your relationship, with whom you want to reconcile your relationship. Of this person who may frustrate you, push your emotional buttons and trigger the feeling of anger, fear, rage, resentment, or any other limited emotions. Sometimes it seems like others have the power to negatively influence you, but that is never true. Breathe in, breathe out. It's only your response to them has the power to pinch you off from the naturally good feeling person that you are. Breathe in, breathe out. When others lash at you in anger with words or actions, their battle is not with you, but with themselves. Breathe in, breathe out. If you do not take their behavior personally, knowing that is their own limitation, in time they will leave you out of it. If you do not take things personally, there's a huge amount of freedom that comes to you. Breathe in, breathe out. The more you blame others for your problem, the more you keep the problem active in your vibration. Breathe in, breathe out. Understand that all relationships are like a mirror, which is only reflecting you, your relationship with yourself. The universe only brings in aspects of others what is active in you. Breathe in, breathe out. Sometimes, as a part of your soul contract, you choose challenging relationships to help you evolve, help you grow. Sometimes, you plant wounds to catalyze great healings. Breathe in, breathe out. Life events help you to heal and grow. It's happening for you and not to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Many a times you don't see things as they are. You see things as you are. Many a times you are a grievance looking for a cause. Today is time to change. Be a joy looking for a cause. Breathe in, breathe out. Your life will give you whatever experience is more helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. You must become a vibrational match to the qualities that you seek, because what comes to you always matches you. Breathe in, breathe out. If you feel threatened by another, the threat is not real, for only you can stop the natural flow of your natural well-being. Breathe in, breathe out. As you insist on looking at the positive aspects of others in time, only positive aspects will be shown to you. As you change your own point of attraction, focus on the best of what you see in others, and when some of the characteristics are missing, practice seeing them anyways. When you practice the thoughts of the things you desire, they must show up in your experience. It's a law. What irritates you about others only reflects the part of ego that's active in you. The universe only brings you aspects of others, what's active in you. Breathe in, breathe out. You have control over behavior of all others as it relates to you, because you are evoking behavior in them corresponding to your vibration. Breathe in, breathe out. Be selective of your focus as your attention feeds the energy. And energy is the currency of the universe. When you pay attention to something, you buy that experience. So use the positive aspects of each other to tune into who you really are. Focus your attention on what you love about that person. Catch them doing right rather than doing wrong. Or what you appreciates. Breathe in. Breathe out. If the other person is behaving from an unconscious state, do not let your ego identify with it. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts around it. Nobody can make you unhappy without your consent. There are no justified resentments. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop all the judgments, any blame, any anger, any resentments. As your judgments carry a strong emotional charge, what you judge is what you draw more into your life. What you resist, you persist. As long as you keep blaming, you shift the responsibility. You came as a creator, not as a reactor. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, I want you to place the person in your heart and give immense love. Envelop that person into your love. Thank that person to help you in your spiritual awakening, to act as a catalyst in your spiritual journey, for mirroring the emotions that are active in you, and for showing the reflection of yourself in that person. Breathe in, breathe out, and now Embrace this person and tell them all projections, expectations, judgments, separations, and rejections I have of you and of me because of you. I drop it totally and completely and let it go. Tell them, I leave you free to be yourself, to think your own thoughts, to indulge in your own taste. Follow your inclination and to behave in ways to decide to your own liking. I accept and allow you to be the way you are. Breathe in, breathe out. And now I want you to forgive this person. Forgiveness does not mean that you are wrong and the other person is right. It means that you value a relationship more than your ego. As you forgive, you set yourself free. As you forgive, you release the burden of unwanted feelings towards this person. For an event once forgiven becomes a powerless memory and no longer generate the feeling of anger, frustration, resentment, or hurt. As you forgive, you feel complete. There is nothing missing. All that you need is alive in you. Breathe in, breathe out. And now open your heart and give immense gratitude. Feel immense care, compassion, unconditional love, self-love, kindness, acceptance, and gentleness. Feel this feeling. Stay in this feeling. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now, as you reconcile your relationship with this person, you heal your patterns of relationship and reconcile your relationships all around. A win anywhere is a win everywhere. The relationships that you seek are flowing to you. So relax and enjoy the unfolding. Feel the appreciation for what is and eagerness for what is coming. There is great love here for you. And now, Divine One, sentient being, creator of destiny, center yourself by placing both your hands over your beautiful heart, your soul, acknowledging the sacred place that all things are created from, acknowledging the divine within you, the power within you, as you rest your awareness on this creative center. Breathe through it and allow your breath to relax your body. And now it's time to give thanks to your new relationship. Open your heart and give immense gratitude for all that you have created. And the longer you linger in this gratitude, the more you draw your new life into you. For the emotional signature of gratitude means that has already happened. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Thank the universe for opening your heart and heal all your relationships, including your relationship with your inner self. To strengthen your connection with your inner source as your source is your ever-ready resource. And to show the evidence of it in your life, as your life is filled with unexpected wonder and the joy of existence. Breathe, feel, smile, and radiate your love into life and receive the love from all of life. Be inspired, be lifted, feel invincible, feel empowered, feel magnificent. Breathe, feel, remember this feeling in your heart. Memorize this feeling. Anchor this feeling. Treasure this feeling. And remember by heart. And now, whenever you're ready, you can slowly bring your awareness back to your new body, to a new heart, to your new relationships, and to your new life in a whole new world and a whole new time. Whenever you're ready, you may gently rub your hands and place it over your beautiful eyes. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly open your eyes and come back. To this material world of senses. Take your time and slowly come back filled with love and joy. Thank you for spending these moments with me. My love and appreciation to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back.
Are there any side effects of over happiness?
You make others happy. That's the side effect. So we'll take 3 minutes break, Navki.
Yeah.
Right.
See you in 3 minutes, friends. See you.
Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Oh, divine Master, grant that I may not sow mercy to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born into eternal life. Ah, this I share. To God, this I share. God is true throughout the ages. Nanak hosi pe sache. Trust the light that shines within. All the such, to God the such, have they sung. Nanak hosi pe sache. All the such, to God the such, have they sung. Nanak hosi pe sache. Ah, the sache. To God the sache. Have sache. Nanak hosi pe sache.
I love her accent when she sings Aaj Sach, Jugad Sach. It takes a few seconds to know that it's Gurmukhi.
I mean, you know it better, right?
Maybe. So, Shreans, over to you for the anatomy of the very atoms of us.
All right, friends. So thank you so much, and welcome back. Thank you for all the messages on the chat. As we are in the last week, finally, 28 days getting over. So this is a very interesting topic, and I enjoy sharing with this because somehow I feel there's so much for me to learn. And when I'm teaching this, I feel I also need to learn this the most. So that's why all the more I enjoy, because there's so much to reflect, so much to learn, whatever I'm sharing today. So this topic, we're going to cover it in this topic related with ego. We're going to cover it today, tomorrow, and day after. So 3 days. And I find ego is a very important topic to understand. A lot of time we hear people saying, oh, leave your ego, just drop your ego. But you know, what is more important is the right understanding of ego. Once you understand it clearly, once you understand it in a very structured way, then you know where your ego is, when it is coming from your ego, when it is coming from your intuition or from your inner self, then it is easy to drop it. Otherwise, it just remains just, just famous sentences or quotes. Oh, your ego is your problem. Just drop your ego. But it's not so easy to drop your ego, and that's why. Or some people say, oh, just forgive, give unconditional love. So unless we understand these things properly and can dissect the thin line, the difference, then only it's easy to drop. And sometimes you don't even need an effort. It just happens because now you have the understanding. Right? So friends, what is ego? Ego is a voice in which says, oh, I'm inferior or superior, I'm deserving or undeserving, or I need to prove something, or I'll be failure, or people will like me only if I achieve something, or some validation or some social media. So how many likes I got, how many views. So this is all the voice of the ego. So what does ego do? Ego just keeps us trapped in a surface level of reality. It just gives us the superficial happiness, the temporary happiness. That's why they say suffering is better than superficial happiness. So a lot of times when we are even manifesting, we start manifesting, oh, I want this, I want this. So even sometimes even manifestation is coming from ego, or what you want to manifest is also happening from ego. And when you actually manifest, it is, you still feel empty. It is not giving you fulfillment. Or you keep wanting more and more. That's why success without fulfillment is an ultimate failure. But once you understand, once you know where it is coming from, then even for manifestation, you will know what you want to manifest. What will really give you that joy, that passion, that inspire you. That something which will take you closer to your purpose. So that from that perspective, even sometimes rather than superficial happiness, it's better to suffer, because suffering also has a noble purpose. It leads to the evolution of consciousness and burning of ego. Sometimes when we suffer, we lose our ego, because we lose all the we get all the delusions of the superficial happiness is dropped at that time. Because when you all of a sudden you realize, even this money is not giving me happiness. Even all my possessions are not giving me happiness. Then then you start looking for truth. You start searching for truth. So from that perspective, when suffering is a wonderful teacher, suffering deepens you. It gradually erodes your ego. And when you can understand your ego, when you can see your ego, then it is easy to shed your ego. And this is when the caterpillar turns into a butterfly. So your ego, when you shed your ego, sometimes you feel, oh my God, what will happen? What if I lose my identity? The truth is, ego is not limiting you. Ego is actually limiting you. Once you drop it, then you experience your whole expanded consciousness, your true consciousness. And the moment you're born, you're given a name, right? How does that is the very first birth of your ego. Now you start identifying with your name. The moment, maybe as a child, the moment somebody called me Shreans, now I know, oh, this is me. That me started from that. That identity I started from that. And it was important during different stages of life. Ego serves a very meaningful purpose. How would you how if you have no name, how would I get my identity? How would I will go to school or pass all these competitive exams, or play any sports, or have a passion to win any sport or game. So it has its own purpose. So it is not that ego is bad or ego is evil. It's just that once you understand ego, then you don't get trapped by the ego. And as I'm going to explain you in further slides, what is the anatomy of ego, you'll be able to totally understand where is the issue lies. Issue is not with the ego. The truth is, when we lose our ego, we realize that we are that expanded consciousness. So it is a parallel awareness which is important. That yes, this is my identity, this is my ego, but at the same time, I also have my expanded consciousness. I am also that. I am that. But the thing is, ego, when you are trapped by ego, you forget that. You forget that you are that one life, that one consciousness that pervades the entire universe and takes temporary forms of experience to experience itself. As a stone, as a blade or a blade of grass, as an animal, as a human being, as a star or a galaxy. You are that energy. You are the creator. You are the extension of that source energy. But then we forget that. And that's why life sometimes gives you those experiences, those challenging experiences, sometimes contrasting situations. The truth is, life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. Keshav, next slide. So friends, since a childhood, we were hypnotized to believe that change happens outside of us. We are hypnotized to believe that happiness lies outside of us. Right? And and as we keep growing up, we start depending all our happiness on the things outside of us. And then we live in that illusion all our life. We live in the state of hypnotism, in hypnosis, in that social hypnosis. Oh, if I have a new house, then I'm happy. I have a new car, then I'm happy. If my body is like this, then I am happy. If I have a certain job, then I'm happy. Or parents, or exercise, or house, or social media, or your children, your pet, everything, or your food. Everything we live from outside, right? From the outside perspective. We are so outward driven. But the truth is, when you live that, that happiness is so borrowed, and it's so temporary. The truth is that happiness is already within us. The treasure is already within us. We don't need to go for treasure. The treasure hunt is not outside of you. The treasure hunt is inside. So, so, and then the thing which you thought will give you happiness also become the source of unhappiness. Then you get disillusioned. Then you chase something new. The same car which was giving you happy, when you bought it 2 days you were so happy. Third day somebody banged the car, and now the same car became a cause of your misery. So friends, why does this happen? Why the same car become the cause of the misery? Which was giving so much of happiness. You dreamt about that car for 5 years. It was in your vision board. You visualized about it, and now that it is there. 2 days later, you are upset with it. It became a reason for your misery, for your anxiety, for your pain. So let's understand what is the anatomy of ego. Once you understand the anatomy of ego, then you'll see the difference. You'll totally understand the difference. Yes, Keshav, next slide. So friends, anatomy ego has two anatomy. Anatomy of ego has two parts. One is the content, and second is the construct. Let me share with you. Yeah. So one is the conditioning of the ego is twofold. One is the content, and another is the construct. So I'll explain you what is the. First, we'll understand what is the content. Content is about the three parts of the content. There are three types of the content. So one is things, one is body, and another is form. And construct is the identification. So there is no problem with things, there is no problem with the body, there is no problem with the form. The issue starts when you start identifying with this content. When the ego starts believing that this is me, then the whole cycle of misery and the pain starts. So construct is identification, my identity. So identify means identify it's a Latin word, and when you identify in Latin means mine. When you start thinking, oh, this thing is mine, this body is mine, and this identification can be physical or psychological. So these things and body is the physical form of identification. It's tangible. You can see it, you can touch it. Form is intangible. It is, and I'm going to share with you. And what happens is, as you grow in life, the identification still remains. The content may keep on changing. Things may keep on changing, but your identification still remains. For example, so remember now things, body and form. So I'll give you example of one by one. So thing is like, things started with a toy. When you were a child, it was a toy. You identified with that toy. My toy. Somebody took your toy, the child is howling. Because he thought it's me, it's my toy. Then that same toy becomes a car, then the house, then the designer clothes, the designer labels. You are ready to pay 4 times the price because of that designer label. Because those products what is this branding? What is this marketing? What is this limited edition? What is this designer all about? They are all your identity enhancers. Oh, somebody knows, oh, you're carrying an LV bag or an LV watch. So then you start identifying with those things. So it becomes like, I am what I have. Right? What you have becomes your identity. But the truth is, by labeling yourself, you are actually negating yourself. That I is reducing you. The truth is, it is not your wealth. It is not your house. Because it is all temporary. Anything which is temporary, how can it be yours? You are an eternal being. You are that. Anything that is temporary cannot be yours. That house was already there. The building was probably there for 5 years. But the moment you bought it, the moment the name changed by the moment it was registered in your name, now you start identifying. Oh, this is my house. Neither your identity is permanent, neither the house is permanent. The truth is, rather than saying it's my house, actually I'm the caretaker of this house. Rather than saying it's my wealth, I'm the custodian of this wealth. While I'm in this body, while I'm in this physical form, I'm only the custodian of this wealth. Because the moment I vacate this body, I'm going to leave this. So that means I was only the custodian while I was alive. I'm going to leave this house. That means I was only the caretaker while I was alive. So it is important to understand that it is your identification that is the issue. Issue is not with the things or the body or the form. You are meant to enjoy things. You are meant to enjoy life. But the moment you start identifying with it, then if you lose it, then it becomes a cause. Or you keep chasing for what is not there in your life. Because you identify with even what is not there in your life, even what's missing in your life. Even your life, you say it's my life. Or you say he died, or he lost his life, or my life. As if we were something that you can possess or lose. As if life was something that can be possessed or be lost. The truth is you don't have a life. You are the life. And as we grow up, because of our social conditioning, because of our culture scape, whatever we learn from our father, mother, preacher, teacher, friends, religion, nation, everything, this is a whole social hypnosis going on, where everything is based on things outside, right? On the possessions outside. Even your parameter of economic growth or the company's growth all depends on how much more turnover you have, how much more profits you are generating. Nobody says, you don't look at your economic growth parameter on the basis of how much are you serving the nation, how much are you serving the society. Even the parameters are based on turnover, your profits, your brand value. Even the economic growth parameter is based on consumerism, capitalism. How much is a per capita income? How much are the people spending? How much is the production of the country? What is the per capita production? So everything is based on material things. And again, I'm saying we need to honor a world of things, not despise them. Again, it is growth. It is important. It is important. It is so, and we are meant to enjoy this. We came in this three-dimensional reality, in this plane of demonstration, not to despise them, but to enjoy them, to create them, to enjoy them. But the issue starts when we start identifying with it. So first part of the content is things. Then second part of the content is body. So Keshav, can share the slide. Yeah. So body is your body is your physical body, your gender, your appearance, right? How you look in compared to others. You're dark, whether you're fair. Right? We spend so much life goes in obsession of our body, in awareness of our body, in external awareness of our body. We even judge others by how they look, beauty or ugliness. in relation to others, in relative to others. Our physical strength or weakness, our pain body, our problematic body, so much awareness goes into body, right? Into awareness of the external body, that we lose our awareness of our inner body. Our inner body awareness, we lose that. We spend so much time for hair transplant or beauty parlor. But the truth is, we even judge people from how they look. The moment you see the people, our first judgment comes from from their appearance, right? How they look. We don't look at the inner beauty. Even when you're marrying a person, you start looking for what is their physical look, how they are looking. So everything, so that is again, so much of identification goes with the body. But once you have the inner body awareness, that is the doorway out of the prison, which is the ego. That awareness, the inner awareness anchors in the present moment. And we identify so much with our body, right? So, things, body, then the third content of the ego is form. So things and body is tangible, right? This is probably what you can say is physical, and the third is psychological, or what you call its form. So that is say, for example, your social position. Oh, I am a president of this company. Oh, I am an MLA of my town. I am a whatever you are within your family. I am the head of my family. Your reputation, what people think about you. So much of our ego is invested in our reputation, how others will think about me. Sometimes if you don't have a reputation, if you don't care about your reputation, then you have nothing to lose. But when we identify with a reputation, so much of our effort and energy goes on maintaining that facade, maintaining that reputation. Actually, what is reputation? Reputation is nothing but your investment of your ego in others.
That's so well said. Shreans, please repeat that once.
Reputation is an investment of your ego in others. You're so invested in their ego, or your ego is so invested in them. Then on your the other forms are or other psychological forms are your physical ability. Oh, I'm a singer, I'm a dancer, I'm a painter, or I'm a carpenter, whatever you are, your talents, again intangible, but we identify with so much with that, right? Then your nationality. Oh, I am an Indian, I'm proud to be Indian. Your religion, your social media status. So here, when you focus on content and when you identify with content, with form, especially the form part, I already spoke about the things in the body. When you identify with the form, then I am what I do, I am what I have accomplished, I am what others think of me. And these becomes your recurring primary thoughts. recurring primary thought forms and conditioned mental and emotional patterns that are invested with the sense of I. Our thought forms, our mental and emotional patterns, conditioned mental and emotional patterns, they become so invested with the sense of I that there's no discrimination. That's why sometimes when they say, oh, become an awareness, examining the program, we feel, oh, it is so different. How do you become that awareness? Because we always remain one with that, with the body, with the things, with the form. Now, how do you separate from that? But the truth is, that is transient, that is temporary. You are permanent. I am permanent. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. So the ego arises when your sense of beingness of I am, which is the formless consciousness, get mixed up with the form. Tangible and intangible form, with things, body and your social position or your reputation or your whatever, your nationality or your religion. When your formlessness, that formlessness consciousness get mixed up with the form, that is when the ego arises. So that beingness of I am my body, I am my thing. So friends, they say the root belief of all false belief is our belief in separation. That you and I are separate from each other. And that is because of our ego. Because ego loves separation. It's like, if there's a stick, ego always likes to be on one side of the stick, so that they always like to believe there's somebody on the other side. It forgets that you are the stick. Ego likes to go on the one side so that it can see, it will create somebody on the other side. Ego loves separateness. It's like when the wave starts believing that it is separate from the ocean. Consciousness is like ocean, and ego is like that stream of wave or ripple on the surface which believes that I am independent from the ocean. But enlightenment is when the wave realizes that it is the ocean. When the wave drops its ego, its identity, it realizes that it is the ocean. So when we realize, when we drop identity, we become that. We become that consciousness, which is like that ocean. That's why when the seeker asked Raman Maharshi, how are we to treat others? Raman Maharshi said, there are no others. Where is the question of how to treat others? We are treating ourselves only, there are no others. So now so this is clear, identification with things, body and form.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, great. So now I'm going to share with you different ego traits. And this is not chronological in a sense, it's not like this is the first trait or this is the second trait. It's just roughly I've kept around, I've put around 16 ego traits, and one by one I'm going to talk about these traits. And once you know how to identify with these traits, then with the trait itself, once you know it is then you know it is coming from your ego. Then it will become easy to separate from itself. So yes, Keshav, show the slide. Yeah. So the first trait of the ego is complaining, because ego always believes that there is someone on the other side, right? So ego loves complaining, Because ego unconsciously loves problems, because that gives it gives itself an identity of sorts. That's why our mind unconsciously loves problems, because they give you an identity of sorts. So ego loves complaining, name calling, shouting, screaming, even physical violence. Because when you complain, you make yourself a victim. And we have seen that, right? How a victim also steals energy. So ego loves complaining. Ego never likes being satisfied with the current situation. They enjoy complaining. Even if they go to heaven, they will find a reason to complain. Because that keeps the ego alive. That gives you an identity of sorts. And to complain, what is complaining? Complain is nothing but it's always non-acceptance of what is. It is resistance to the current situation, to whatever it is in the present moment. You resist it, and when you resist it, you complain about it. So ego is always non-acceptance of what is, right? And that does not mean. So suppose you go to some resort and you are staying there. In the night, the AC is not working. So that does not mean if you are going to the reception and letting them know about the issue that that is a complaint. Technical word may be complaint. But it is if you are going with anger and resistance, how can you? I paid so much. Then it becomes complaining. When you are lost yourself, when you have an unconscious negative charge towards that situation, then it becomes complaining. The other way is letting them know that, oh, there's an issue and I would love if that can be taken care of. There is no negative charge. There is no resistance. When there is resistance, it is coming from ego. Same thing. You are acknowledging the problem. You are acknowledging the issue. But that issue is no more giving you resistance. But the ego loves resistance. Ego, then all of a sudden you are angry. How dare you? I paid so much. Either you change my room right now or you refund my money back. Whether it is in your hotel, in a restaurant, or whether you're in a flight, if you're a business class traveler, see how much you love to complain. So our ego loves complaining. So that is coming from the ego. The resistance is coming from the ego. So, and then we'll go to the second trait. Kishore can share the slide. So second trait of the ego is resentment. Ego, again, as I told you, resists things. They love to resent things with people, resentment with people or situations. If somebody is showing any kind of anger towards you or any rage, it is the ego immediately identifies with it. And then it gives you resentment. Then now you have made it your problem. Now you have made it your identity. How dare he talk to me like this? So friends, don't make others' unconscious state your identity. It's like, somebody is drunk and he's standing on the street and abusing every passerby. And if you are one of the passerby, and if you know this guy is fully drunk, would it matter to you? You don't make that your identity, right? You don't stand and start fighting with that guy. You know, this guy is fully drunk. He can't even stand properly. He's falling. But a lot of people are drunk, are on their emotional state. They're addicted to their emotions. That's why they are so unconscious. Now, when they are saying like this, why do you make that your identity? Buddha was sitting in deep meditation. Somebody came and told Buddha, look after my cows. I'm going for some time and look after my cows. Buddha was in deep meditation. He had no idea what he said. The moment he came back, when he came back, he saw his cows were all gone. He started shouting, abusing on Buddha. I told you to look after my cow. Buddha was silent. Very peacefully he opened his eyes. And the moment Buddha opened his eyes, he kept shouting and shouting all the more louder. But Buddha was very calm and peaceful. Then later on, he went on, and then he said, I am telling you so much. Why are you not reacting? How is it not affecting you? Buddha said, whatever you said, I didn't accept it. So it never became mine. And since I didn't accept it, it remained yours only. The moment that guy realized that, he started crying, weeping. He touched Buddha's feet and became his disciple. So sometimes non-reaction is a way to dissolve ego, and even collective human ego. And I am going to talk more about the collective human ego later. But non-reaction is a way to dissolve ego. Sometimes you don't need to react. Sometimes it's good to embrace silence. At that moment, if you are aware, even if you are getting some resistance, that time just be non-reactive. Just embrace silence. Silence is a speech of a spiritual seeker. Silence talks about your inner strength. It is a speech which reflects your inner strength. Silence does not mean that you're not communicating. There's a lot of communication which happens even with your silence. That's why Buddha said, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So that guy was shouting, but it was option. But to suffer or not was the option of Buddha. The moment, since he didn't identify with his words, it never became he never suffered. So as long as you don't identify with people's words or opinions or their abuses or their criticism or their condemnation, it doesn't become yours. Nobody dies from a snake bite. Snake bite by itself do not kill you. It is a poison which spreads after the snake bite that kills you. So if somebody has used abusive words on you, that doesn't make you suffer. The moment you identify with that, then that poison starts spreading in your body. And that makes you suffer. The moment you give meaning to his words, that meaning gives you suffering. Wayne Dyer said, there are no justified resentments. There are no justified resentments. What triggers you reflects the part of the ego that is active in you. What irritates you about others only reflects that part of the ego that is active in you. Rumi said, if you are irritated by every rub, how will you be polished? When you resist, your resistance hardens the shell of the ego and you become closed. But acceptance softens the ego. You are more open to life. What you resist, you persist. Everything changes. Your whole body language when you are in a state of resistance, when you are resentful. Your whole body language, your whole breathing pattern, everything changes. Your whole body chemistry changes. Immediately you are in a flight and fight mode. So when you are in that situation, just become aware. When in chaos, let silence be your hideout. When in chaos, let silence be your hideout. When you emerge from it, you will see light in everything. Same situation. If next day when you look back, you will laugh at it. The moment you see it with awareness, you will laugh at it. So practice non-reaction. You came as a creator, not as a reactor. The moment you become aware, that is the time you take responsibility. You take responsibility for your behavior. You don't care about their behavior. You take responsibility for your behavior. Responsibility means your ability to respond. Responsibility is your ability to respond. Responsibility. That's why nobody can make you unhappy without your consent. Not your father, not your mother, not your children. Subconsciously, you identify with it. You give consent to that things. Then you are unhappy. So I'll go to the third ego trait. So third ego trait is grievance. The first was complaining. Then second was resistance. Third ego trait is grievance. So any resentment which you carry for a long time is grievance. That resentment started for a few hours, then it turns into a day, then it turns into months, and now you're in a state of grievance. And that grievance can last for years. Sometimes we carry grievance for something which has not even happened to us. Sometimes we harbor collective grievance. And it can survive for centuries in the psyche of a nation, a tribe, a community, a religion, and can lead to the cycle of endless violence. For example, if I am born as a Hindu, and if I have been told that my religion is the best, and the other religion is not good, or only my God is supreme, or if I am born in a very fundamentalist family, anything who does not agree to my belief system are my enemies. We harbor that grievance. If I am born in a country, in India, if you are told that this neighbor is your enemy, we've been given the stories of how they are your enemy. Even without you have anything personal, you harbor grievance against that nation or that national, anyone from that nation, so anyone from that nationality. So sometimes it needs honesty to see if you still harbor grievance. When you're in a state of grievance, you keep blaming others. Your problem, even 20 years back something happened, you will still continue the blame. Because ego loves, that's how you keep the ego alive. Blame keeps the ego alive. Ego likes to survive. It wants somebody on the other side. If nobody in the current situation, you will go back to your past situations. Blame keeps the wound open. It never let it heal. It is the forgiveness which heals. That's why every time you think about a negative situation, experience from the past, because your body produces same chemicals as if same chemicals in the body as when it happened. That means you relive the experience hundreds of times simply because you haven't let it go. You haven't let it go. Ego is addicted to that. Ego is chemically addicted. It loves to feed on those same chemicals again and again. That's why we care so much about understanding why things haven't gone better. But we don't just let go and let our present be better. That's why it is said, memory without the emotional charge is called wisdom. When you harbor grievance, you become the grievance looking for a cause. If there's no cause, you will find some cause. All you need is an outlet, just little trigger for that volcano inside you to erupt. You are the grievance looking for a cause. Sometimes we need to learn forgiveness. Not for them, not for others, but forgiveness will set you free. And forgiveness is a wonderful tool to release the burden of unwanted feelings towards others. Because an event once forgiveness becomes a powerless memory and no longer generates the feeling of anger, frustration, resentment or hurt. Forgiveness sets us free. Oprah Winfrey said, true forgiveness is when you can say, thank you for that experience. A lot of times even the forgiveness comes from the state of ego. It is very superficial forgiveness. I forgive you. But the truth is, it is not about them. It is about you setting yourself free. It is about healing yourself. It is about you releasing yourself from that burden of those unwanted feelings. Everything changed the day I realized you are my lesson, not my enemy. You are my inner work, not my pain. You are my chosen chapter, not my punishment. You are what happened for me and not to me. I'll repeat. Everything changed the day I realized you are my lesson, not my enemy. You are my inner work, not my pain. You are my chosen chapter, not my punishment. You are what happened for me, not to me. Thank you. So now we'll go to the fourth ego trait. The fourth ego trait is about being right. Ego loves being right. Ego loves proving others wrong, making others wrong. So because it gives you a sense of superiority. Right? So it gives you a sense of superiority, and it could be anything. To make others wrong and to prove others right. it could be a perspective, an opinion, a judgment. You create a story just to believe that, oh, you are right and others are wrong. A lot of time in the Q&A session, people say, oh, this person is wrong, this person did to me. And they ask me for a solution. Honestly, I can't, I don't know what to solve. Because I don't know whether it is your own opinion, it is your own judgment, it is your own story. It is your own false perspective coming from your own ego. It is coming from, maybe it is coming from your own superiority complex. I don't know. So how do I answer? If I hear their story, the other person tell me the story, I have a completely different perspective. But ego believes that what I am doing, what I am seeing, my perspective is the only right perspective. My opinion is the only right opinion. Even in husband and wife, even though you love each other, but you want to prove that you are right. You rather be right than at peace. So ego talks you into choosing dominance rather than tolerance. That's why once you learn how to drop, once you make change, that's why we need to discipline our ego. To change from dominance and judgment to tolerance, we need to discipline our ego. Start practicing being satisfied with what is. Learn to let go. Sometimes letting go is an act of far greater superpower than defending or hanging on. Ego loves to be assertive. But rather than focus on you only being right, we catch people doing wrong. Because again, it makes you feel right. We love catching people doing wrong. It's such a trigger, right? It's such a fun to catch people wrong. You feel, oh, I have arrived. Ego loves that. But change now. Once you have awareness, catch them doing right rather than doing wrong. Focus your attention on what you love about that person. Because what you appreciate, appreciates. That's why Marshall Rosenberg said, right? Never delay an expression of appreciation. It has a terrible shelf life. The truth is, that does not serve you in the long run. When you try to show that you are right but others are wrong, how does that make others feel? If somebody proves that they are right and you are wrong and keep telling them that you are wrong, how does it make you feel? That's why children get distant from you. Because you keep catching them doing wrong, always keep them telling what they are not doing wrong, what not doing right. And catching them doing wrong. And as they grow, then you see, oh, why they are why they carry so much resentment towards me. I don't know. I did so much for my child. I sacrificed so much. But the truth is, people will forget what you did for them. Remember this, people will forget what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That's what Maya Angelou said. Because whenever they felt something with intense emotion, it turns into a long-term memory. Now, there are 20 good things if you have did for them, but if that one thing which really went into their long-term memory, they will remember that. So even with your children or anybody around, develop friendship. Relationship is all about friendship. Right? How with friends? We have so much good time with our friends. Because it's because we are not trying to steal energy from each other. We are having such a great time together. The moment you meet your friends, we make each other feel good about each other. But a lot of times in our closest relationship, we take that for granted. Because we've been living for so many years, now we develop all those opinions. Familiarity breeds contempt. More familiar you are to each other, the more you see the negative side, the more the resistance. It is not a lack of love, but lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Love is there, but friendship is lost. The very relationship which started with friendship, now when the friendship is lost, even though the love is there, but the marriage is unhappy. So that's why it's about changing your perception. Right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Relationship is all about how you relate with yourself. So just be an awareness, be a consciousness observing this program. Complaining, resentment, grievance, being right. Only short-term gain and long-term pain. That's why Carlos Castaneda said, give up your personal history. Give up your personal story. Research shows that 50% of the stories that you talk about, your story is not even, it's a lie, it's not even truth. You keep exaggerating your story. Just to affirm to you these emotions of complaining, resentful, grievance, being right. So, in today's meditation, I said one thing, that in a relationship, practice one thing. Even in your closest relationship, if you want to improve your relationship, this is the mantra. All projections, expectations, rejections, separations, and judgments I have of this person, I have of you. All projections, expectations, rejections, separations, and judgments I have of you and of me based on you, I drop it totally and completely. I'll repeat, all projections, expectations, rejections, separations, judgments I have of you and of me based on you, I drop totally and completely. I leave you free to be yourself, to think your thoughts, to indulge in your taste, to follow your inclination and behave in ways you decide to your liking. I accept and allow you to be the way you are. If you can practice this, you can transform your relationship. So, Navki, can we go ahead further or
We could, I think it might be, can we take a quick reaction on this? Because,
yeah, sure.
so friends, would it be okay if we go, we are on the fourth trade. So, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So should I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Maybe two more. Okay, lovely, perfect. Now I have a perfect. I love this definitive.
It's like Mandivli. Okay.
Okay. Yesterday, Rishabh may be a big firing for not
What?
keeping up with my timings. Oh, okay, so friends, so I'll go. So today I have your consent. I'll go with two more. Okay.
2 more and we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah, rest. I was scheduled to continue tomorrow, so we are not going
Okay.
to do anything.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. So the fourth trait of ego is ego loves to defend its own truth. So it is little different from being right. So ego, friends, ego is a master. Ego is a master of selective perception. It will perceive only what it wants to perceive, what suits the ego's needs. It will interpret things, it will distort everything. It will distort the whole interpretation as per its own liking. So ego is a master of selective perception and distorted interpretation. For example, religion. I mean, all religion, the essence of all religion is truth. The essence of all religion is in the service of truth and love. But sometimes you can use even religion in the service of ego. You're ready to die for your religion. You're ready to kill somebody for your religion. Only my religion is the right religion. So this is, see how ego defends its own truth. It is separate from God. It is totally separate from God. The ego believes that the God is outside of me. In fact, a lot of these stories are by the religious leaders. They teach us that, as if they are the mediators between you and the God. As if they are the messengers of God. And now that is how it has been our social conditioning. This has been our social hypnosis. They created the heaven and the hell. To control you, to punish you, to extract money from you. That's why it is easy for us to believe in God than to believe that we are all gods, that we are God. So that's why ego loves to defend its own truth, as per its own perception, as per its own interpretation. That's why in the Eightfold Paths, Buddha said the first Eightfold Paths of Buddha, it says the first is right view. But we see only from the lens of our ego, only we create the story which suits us. The same rope in the dark, one will say it's a rope, another will say it's a snake. So ego loves to defend its own truth. So I'll tell you one interesting story. One day, man and God both met somewhere. Both exclaimed, "My Creator." So this is how powerful we are.
Wow.
God said to the man, "My Creator." Man said to the God, "My Creator." God also said, "My Creator." So we'll go to the next. Next is collective ego. So friends, collective ego is far more dangerous than individual ego. Right? The example I gave you of like a nation or a religion, right? Because that is a social hypnosis, completely social hypnosis. Because everybody thinks like that. If I am in India, if some country is my enemy, everybody believes that. My education system tells me that. My politicians tells me that. So we are born into that story that is going on for generations. And so that's why collective ego is more dangerous. Because you think it's a virtue. The best thing is you carry this with the feeling of virtue. But it is only another way to keep your ego alive. Ego is very manipulative. Ego finds things to keep it alive. And then you harbor those feelings of anger, resentment, grievance against other community, another tribe, another nation, another religion. History says that most of the wars in the history has been waged in the name of religion. Most of the people have died in the name of religion, has been killed in the name of religion. They keep the Jesus on the cross that became the symbol that they show you hanging. And they tell you that Jesus died for your sins. So that you always carry that guilt and repentance. How stupid, how rubbish. Jesus died for your sins. But that's how religion wants to control you. It's all about money and power and control. They created the heaven and hell to control you. And because of the collective ego, we started believing in this to be true. Didn't apply our mind. Didn't believe that. That's why we don't believe that we are God. Whoever proclaimed that I am God, the religions, the priest and the religious leaders crucified them, killed them. They were killed. This is the history. You can see the history. So that's why collective ego is far more dangerous. So thank you. We'll end the session today and we'll continue the other ego traits and all the other things of ego tomorrow and day after. Thank you, friends. Thank you for the gift of your attention and your time. Thank you.
Wow, such an atomic session. Loved it. Thank you so much for your messages. I can feel how many bulbs are turned on. Very nice.
Thank you, friends.
Thank you. Should we move to questions?
Yes.
Shivani had a very intense experience which she wanted to share. Let's see. Shweta, we go to you or Ankita. Ankita, hi.
Hi, Navkirat, how are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Hi, Shreans. So I wanted to tell you I've been on this journey for about 4 years and I've had more shifts in the past 3 weeks than I have, and I've been intensively doing it. So I've had more shifts and it's truly been life-changing. So I had a question. regarding chakras, I couldn't get a chance to ask that day. So I'm asking today. So when you're talking about
Ankita, where are you from? What you do? Yeah.
I am from Coorg in
Oh, nice.
Karnataka.
Such
So
a,
I'm an pardon?
such a
Have you
beautiful
been?
place. Yeah, I've been to Coorg. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I love that
So
place. The
you
rainforest.
should visit sometime again.
Sure.
So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a startup founder.
Nice.
So yeah. So I wanted to understand the alignment of chakras. Are they in the same line? Because when you say you breathe from your chakras and you connect them, right? So it's a bit, because this comes at the base of the first one comes at the base of your spine, while
Right.
the others seem like a natural straight line,
Right.
right? So I wanted to understand how do you connect them when you breathe?
We know the location of each chakras, right? So just you bring your attention to that, and those are energy. These are
Right.
energy centers. So,
Right.
so it is not like accurate. If you dissect, you won't find any chakra in your body. Right? Those are just energy centers, which is like a junction, which
Right.
controls the energy of or related to like every chakra has its own function.
Right.
So, which controls all these 50 to 70 trillion cells in our body. These seven
Right.
chakras control those 70 trillion cells. Right? This is where the whole energy intersect. And when we balance those energies, once we harmonize those energies, then it harmonizes the energies of all the cells of our body.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So they're physically, you don't really, even if you're sitting with your back straight, you don't feel them on the same.
If you just even place your intention on your heart, then you're connected. It's not like a physical thing where you can, yeah.
Correct. Right. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ankita. Hi, could you unmute yourself? I see your name as Samsung, which I'm not sure if it's accurate.
Oh, I'm Surinder. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
see you and hear.
Good evening, Shreans. I'm Surinder Riyar. I'm a retired civil servant and living in Patiala. I spoke to you in your last session.
Yes, ma'am. I remember you. I remember
Yes,
you.
and I was not
Retired IS officer, right? You
retired PCS of the Punjab Civil Services.
Punjab Civil Service. I remember.
Okay, and you've helped me a lot. So I just want to make it very short. It's been a great learning experience, and one day I want to join you. At the moment, I'm just a little tied up with my brother's illness. The surreal experience that I had was that I told him, believe that you're getting better. And he's a stage 4 cancer patient. And somehow or the others, some miracle or the others happening, like he got a stent into his esophagus, so he started eating. And I keep telling him you'll get better, and I'm sure he will get better. I had also talked to you when I met you last time in a very sad time in my life when I had lost my husband during COVID.
Yes.
So during my meditation of talking to my loved ones or the ancestors, I could connect with him and I got a kind of closure. Though one doesn't ever get a closure too much where a person you have been so close to and had a very happy marriage. But that is not why I'm touching on this. Now, I just want to ask you one thing. You had in your last session said that go in for any meditation on the YouTube. I want to tell you, I do your meditation every evening at 5 o'clock, and it's very long, and I really like it. And I think I have learned a lot, and I feel I'm a happy person in spite of what is happening to me. But in the morning, I like to start my day with meditation. So I thought, why not go to your guru and go to Patriji?
Yes.
So when I went to Patriji, you're the only one who can help me in this, that he has music in the background.
Yes.
That music, I follow it. Now I want to know my breathing at that time. Am I supposed to be breathing with the music? Because in between it goes into a crescendo. It's very, it's very fast. So is our breathing supposed to synchronize with it? Because I find it very difficult.
No, it is not supposed to synchronize. It is just
Okay.
just follow that. Anapanasati means just follow a natural flow of breath.
Okay.
Not trying to control your breath or hold your breath or manipulate in any way. Just
Okay.
natural flow of breath.
Okay. With your music, I'm fine. I don't know. Somehow it just goes. And my other question is that, we are doing Anapanasati. Now, this is what Buddha has taught us.
Right.
I am trying to follow that, what you have told us. And last time when I asked you that I sway with the music, you said it's all right. But I don't think so Buddha would have been swaying at all, because I get so happy and I get into a state and I'm just moving. Is it all right? Is it meditation? I'm not still.
Of course, that is the true state. That is what
Okay.
meditation is for.
So you're like a son to me. I'm 69 years old. So I want to bless you.
Thank you.
And I am coming to Pyramid Valley.
Yes.
Only just if my brother should be a little all right. And one day I'm going to join your organization. And I have been a speaker as a student. And I love the energy which you and Navkirat, this lovely, charming child, brings with you, you know. Such synergy and such, such a symphony. So it's just, thank you very much. You made me a very happy person, even in my dark moments. So thank you, Shreans, and thank you, Navkirat. See you in the valley, and I'm going to dance with you. I'm
Yes.
69 years old.
Yes, and we're going to dance together.
We're
Yeah.
going to
forward
dance
to
together, and with Navkirat also. And with Kumalika and that girl from Malaya, she comes. They have such lovely
Nadia.
energy.
Yeah, some lovely energies, absolutely.
Yes. So that's what is. I'm all right that I'm swaying. It's all right. So it's, and I'm happy.
Perfect. See, swaying is a sign of your when there's an inner joy pouring out. Sometimes it is tears coming out, sometimes body is moving, sometimes you're naturally dancing. That is the dance of the consciousness.
Oh, thank you so much. You
And that is what we are here for. The whole experiment of meditation is to reach that state.
Yeah, Patriji says, be joyful. I
Of course.
follow him also, you know,
Yes.
because he's your guru. I'll never meet him, so sad. But I'm meeting you and I want to learn. I want to learn more from you. So thank you very much. And thank you, Navkirat, for having me as a panelist.
Thank you. Looking forward to swaying with you.
And I'm already learning from you. As I age, I want to be like you.
Oh, no, okay. If I can teach you anything, I don't know. I have no ego.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
So how do I unmute myself? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Do it at our
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, so sweet. Shivani. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Shivani. You want to share your experience? Do you want to turn
Yes.
on your
Yeah, just a sec. Hi, Sat Shri Akal.
Let's share. Karma.
So I had a very intense, I was a little worried during the session because I was moving like very psychotic manner. It was like my head and my body, and it was not connected to myself, and it was like moving as if I was breakdancing. And there was like a lot of dissociation with the body, but it felt like after a while that something just got out of my system. And every time I hear your session, before that I read what the session is going to be about. Today was the first time I didn't check the subject. And when after the experience, when you started the topic, I felt that it was my alter ego that went out. So it was really intense. And the person I was meditating for was my mom. And yesterday was not her, today was her. Though I had somebody else in mind. But when when you said choose the person, it
Yeah.
became her.
Right.
And there was a lot of, again, grief, and which came out of my legs and my thighs and everything. But in the end, I literally bowed down and I was sobbing so much that there was no control. And I saw like again, I went back to Tirupati. I don't know, again, this is the second time I'm going back there. And the Pandit, he gave me something in my hands, like prasad and a diya light. And I held it, and that calmed me quite a bit. And of course, I did meet my mother in the meditation. And I have a lot of issues during my childhood because she was a working woman, and we got left at home, and there were abuse and things like that. So I have always blamed her for that, which I've never spoken to her about. She doesn't know, you know. So today I said that to her, like, I'm so sorry, like I cannot blame you because I haven't told you, right?
Yeah.
And so, but what was the whole thing was like, I felt that, and I'm a very strong minded egoistic person, extremely high on ego, and integrity and ego, and I don't know what are the real words, but so I felt like it just jut out from my body and different from my limbs and every part of my body, it just came out. So that was my experience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, because felt um, I felt more grounded and more myself, which I felt like there were two different people living in me all this while. One which was the one that I was, and one which I became. So, you know, that's where I want to share this. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to always share my experiences with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Navkir. Thank you so
Thank you for
much.
sharing.
Thank you.
Takes me back to my last year's experiences. So many of the sharings. Ramya. Hi, Ramya. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, Shreans.
Hello,
Hi,
Ramya.
charming Navkirat.
Hi.
I want to save my questions for January when I meet you. I've written a poem. Can I read it aloud?
Sure,
Read for
sure.
you?
Yeah.
Doubt, despair, delusion are fellow brothers of demons and devils lurking in darkness. They destroy. They destroy you and drive you to doom. Do not then yield to demons and devils. But then, how do you dispel darkness? When in darkness, dig, dive, and dissect deep into the powerful secrets Shreans and Varun have shared with you. And recollect the poems Navkirat has inscribed to quieten your mind, to awaken your soul, to heighten your vibes, and to brighten your life, and to tap into your brilliant brainwaves and discover the joys of the treasures within you. Despair not, awaken your soul. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Wow.
much.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, Ramya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ever grateful to you for this journey in my life.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Rachiti. Rachiti, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, perfectly correctly. How do I put on this video? I don't know.
You'll have a request to join as panelist. Just accept that and it should turn.
Okay, till now I have not received that request. How do I see that?
Keshav, panelist request for Rachiti.
Okay. So in the meantime, can we take, Shreyas, and then we can come to Prachiti again. Yeah.
Yeah. Shreyas.
Oh, ma'am.
Hi, Shreyas.
Hi. Hi. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for this opportunity. Hi, Shreans.
Hi, Shreyan. Hi, Shreyas.
I'm very much thankful and grateful for your sessions, It's really inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I have few questions and doubts actually.
Yeah.
So, previously before joining your session, I was following, the art of living meditation techniques. So I usually do Sudarshana Kriya.
Right. Nice.
And then I used to do meditation for 15 to 20 minutes, following Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar's guided meditations.
Right.
And then suddenly I got a request from your side. So after attending your sessions, I've been doing your meditations sincerely. But when it comes to the duration of the meditation, so after after 30 minutes, I tend to go out of the track. So so I mean a lot of something I feel little uncomfortable.
Sure.
So is it I just want to know how to avoid it and how to improve my how to stay conscious about what I'm doing. So I just want to know about
No,
it.
it's okay. It's all about practice. Plus, I'll be making few more meditations for youngsters of short durations, so that 15 minutes, 30 minutes, but mainly for youngsters. Because I feel, or those who are regular practitioners, they just during the course of the day they can 10 minutes out and 15 minutes out to just center themselves. But yeah, so maybe that can help you, or yeah, and there are so many other I mean, there's so many other masters whom you've been like Shri Ravi Shankarji's meditation is great. So do whatever you can, you resonate with it, and more you can do it for, you can do it all through, so it's fine.
Okay. Okay. So actually, sometimes, my mind dwells into the past, regrets very quickly. I mean, that,
Everyone does it, so you're no exception. So,
that's
and it's all about practice, right? As long you're aware, and then you next time you do better, then you do better and better, right? So it's
like,
all about practice. Yeah.
when it comes to, you see, you have a lot of meditation videos in your website, right? So is it required to follow any one meditation, or can we do all the things day by day?
Anything that you like, you can just stick to one. You can do, and there's no sequence. You can do whatever you want at whenever you want. Yeah. So it's totally your choice, very personal.
Okay. 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 Actually, I have visited Pyramid Valley thrice, 3 to 4 times.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I stay in Bangalore near to Rajaji Nagar. But
Right.
when I visited Pyramid Valley, I started doing meditation last year. I mean, after the pandemic started,
Right.
I'm working in IT sector.
Right.
So still then, before pandemic, I did not know the essence of meditation. And then, suddenly, got connected to Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar. And then, the improvement started to happen. And now I just want to, I'm in verge of achieving, I want to achieve something big and, get aligned to the higher power. So that is my motive.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So actually, is there any, specific courses in Pyramid Valley where we can, get in touch with a group of like-minded people?
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
good. We keep having some of the other course going on. So if you go on the website, you'll know.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you, Shreans. So I
Thank
mean,
you. Thank
really
you.
thankful, heartfelt
I like
gratitude.
your name also.
Thank you so much. Everybody say the same thing.
Yeah.
It's you without an M.
Yeah, so that's why I like it more. At least
Yeah, it's
closer to my name.
yeah, I mean, it's the meaning is blessing actually. Shreyas means it's a blessing, and it's kind of the victory to be followed.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All the best.
thank you.
Mohit, are you there? I think.
We can also go back to the one person whom we.
Prachiti.
Prachiti.
Prachiti, if you're there now, please unmute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, hi. Now you have the yay.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello, Shreans. Hello, Nauki. Hello, everybody on the team.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, it has been a wonderful experience and it's been going on for so many days and I've really been enjoying.
Thank you.
And as you've always been, talking pearls whenever you have been addressing us. But especially today when you focused on ego, I could actually, feel that every single type of ego is there and that the onion peels have to be removed. And my question was regarding a very typical experience that I had in the afternoon today. And at that point of time, I did not know you would speak about egos. So, what I have started to feel lately, because of this continuous long workshop that we are having, is that somewhere a strange ego has come to develop that constantly tells me that how much I'm working on myself. So how good of me that I'm working for my own goodness. And that was weird because I did not feel like talking to anybody. I wanted to kind of keep silent, and even making eye contacts I was avoiding at my workplace as well. So that was one thing I really that nagged me. And then you took up ego. So is it not some type of ego developing that I am very good because I am doing meditations and joining the workshop, or how to tackle that?
So it's good to feel good about yourself. That's fine. But the challenge starts when you start condemning others, when you start feeling superior to others. Right? On your own, feeling good is amazing. But when you start seeing others as inferior and oh they are stupid, they are idiot, I am doing but they don't know they don't understand too, they don't know. When you start judging, then the issue starts. So again, I'm going to talk day after tomorrow about all the ego traps, different types of ego traps, so you'll be able to understand these things better. Yeah, yeah. But it's okay to feel good. What is not okay to compare with others and see yourself as superior to others. Yeah.
Yeah, this is slightly tricky in my case. Why? Because I am a teacher by profession. So the ones I deal with every day, they are students. And that is why this ego trap, as you've mentioned, though you'll be talking about that. But then it I know, I can sense, I can perceive that it happens very quickly. Still, I kind of make it my motto that that as a teacher, if I'm around, I should bring out the best in my students, and that the best version of those students should come out. That is all that my duty is. But still, because I started feeling it, I definitely don't feel that they are anyways foolish or stupid or whatever. But yeah, this superiority kind of, as a teacher and a student, the type of this thing, though I also feel that they are equally my teachers because they teach, and that is what they make of me. Whatever I am is all because of my students. But yeah, I sensed it.
It's a role we play as a teacher. That's your role playing. Sometimes the role demands that to play, but then it's a role. The moment you're aware that it's only a role you're playing, and I'm going to talk about role playing tomorrow. The moment you know it's only a role. So the moment you get out of the teacher role, you are different. But when you come with the awareness that it's a role you're playing. So right now I'm teaching. It's a role I'm playing. But the moment I get out of this room, I'm normal, right? And I also say, but we are all in the similar journey. It is easier said than done. But so for me also, I learn a lot when I am actually teaching because I go with so much awareness to apply in my life, and I also find that oh my God, there's so much of ego that I need to work on myself. And when I teach, I always keep in my mind that I want to be humble. I want to be authentic. I want to be give me the quality of humility. So I also keep affirming that so that I stay in what humble and authentic, right? So this is all a journey, right? We are all learning. We are all work in progress, and as somebody rightly Purnima said, learning is teaching. So exactly, learning is the best form of teaching. Is the best form of learning. So fine.
Waiting to hear from you more and more. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Almira, are you there?
Yes.
Kanam.
Can you?
Hi.
Hi. Can you see me?
Nope.
No, Almira, we can't.
I can't see the button to. Okay, join us panelists. I
Now
got.
you can see.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you. Still can't see you.
Okay, start my video.
Now we can
There.
see you. Hi.
Hi. I'm from the Philippines, and I'm an accountant by profession, and I was not able to really.
What are you by profession, you said?
I'm an
Accountant.
accountant by
Accountant.
profession.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, but I'm also a part-time trader, and I'm very thankful that I was able to join your program. Although I have not really completed all the sessions because of my work schedule and our time difference here in the Philippines. But I would love to take it again so that I will be really able to complete it all the sessions. And so, but my question is, this thing of automatic negative thoughts that you say, and I think I really had a personal experience that is happening when you have negative thoughts, because my parents, somebody gave them this prophecy that a fire will be coming, or will be something that will happen near our place, and then it really happened in our own house. So it's after hearing all your lectures, it dawned to me that what happened to them was actually to their doing. They invited it because they were thinking that this prophecy is
Yes.
going to happen. So
Right.
now my question is, if I was before a negative thinker, and I fear of having cancer, I fear of losing my trades, and those things really happen immediately. So how can I and it sometimes I think that if I thought of it before, how can I replace it with something good if what I thought is already in the quantum field? Oh, something like that. That's my question.
Yeah. So, yeah, very good question. And
Mm-hmm.
so, we are wired for wellness.
Mm-hmm.
We are wired for success. We are wired for growth. We are God. We are God, and it is just an awareness. The moment you become aware of your current happenings, the moment you become aware, and the moment you transform your current emotions, then all those things loses its effect. All the
Okay.
past, you dilute the past,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like a darkness. If there's a darkness, the moment you turn on the light, the darkness may be there for 10 years, but the moment you turn on the light, it's light now. Now the room cannot, now the light cannot fear ki, oh, there was 10 years of darkness, so now what will happen? The moment, if there's a light, then there's no darkness. So when you are going through your transformation, when you are transcending your emotions, it is the same emotions which is being transcended now, that is being transformed. Then you don't need to don't you don't need invite the reality which want you to learn the lessons. We create all this reality so that we can learn the lessons. Karma is about learning lessons. But when you have already learned the lessons through your own transformation, then you don't need, then you transcend those emotions. You will not invite that reality anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? And that's
Okay.
why a lot of times, even if we go through any tragedy in our life, first day we are very upset, we are very down. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, we start smiling. Slowly we start smiling. But that is your natural state. Your natural state is to be happy, to be joyful. So don't worry about past. Don't worry about what happened in the past. It is again a conditioning given by religion, that, oh, you have done that. Karma is a story we tell ourselves. It is a story which we create ourselves, and we reform that story. But because in the past that happened, that's why I'll create it was heaven and hell. This one moment, one single moment, we can be enlightened. Because it's not something to get, it is something which you already are. It is something that which it is more about losing what you are not, right?
Okay.
And
I
once you
get
lose
it.
what you're not, you're naturally happy, you're naturally joyful, you're naturally abundant. So don't worry what happened in the past. what the universe is trying to see. What are you now? What have you transformed? And the and in spite of the challenging past, when you transform, not only will you get the reward, you'll get the double reward. It's just change your belief systems.
Okay.
Yes, if you keep believing that, oh, that because of that thought, then you're giving more energy to that thought. And then you magnify it by giving more energy, and that's how you magnify in your life. Whatever you hold as your object of attention, you will draw that into your life.
Okay. So that is into my life. So for example, I'm also thinking of healing of friends or healing of a member of the family. I can also invite that.
Invite what?
The healing, say healing for my friends,
Healing
for
for
my
others.
yeah, healing for others. So I can also invite that through my own meditation.
You can invite it,
Yes.
provided they are also the cooperative component in that. It's like you're trying to clap, but if they cooperate, then it can happen.
Okay.
You can assist that. You can act as a catalyst by in your meditation. If you hold them as your object of attention and see them as healed, it will really help, because you are that is the vibration you are transmitting to them. That is the energy they are receiving. But are they ready to receive it? That is their choice.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
I understand. Okay. Thank you so much, and I'm really grateful for having this program, and I'm just calculating some of the expenses because I'm from the Philippines. So I'm really planning to go to the Pyramid Valley together with my daughter. So I hope I can
Beautiful.
have that budget by next year.
Don't hope. Say I have. I am in
Yeah,
program.
I will have that budget. So
Yes.
I will be there. Okay, see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. See you. Hope is a beggar. Sometimes when you say, I hope, no, you are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mohit, put you back on the panelist. Can you unmute? Hi, Mohit. Oops, I don't see anybody.
Yeah, I can see Mohit.
Hi. Yeah.
Mohit, we can't hear you though. You are unmuted, but still we can't hear you.
Unmute.
Yeah, yeah. So Navki, this will be the last, or
One more after this?
sure.
8 o'clock.
Okay, so we will go to Shweta in the meantime. I think, is it Shweta next?
Yeah, Shweta will go to you.
In the meantime, Mohit, we still can't hear you. Yeah,
We'll come back.
we'll come back to you.
Shweta, hi.
Hi, hello, ma'am.
Hi.
And I
hi.
just first thing, I'm already there in Pyramid Valley. Seriously.
I like that.
Um,
Yeah.
and actually, I got confused from last session and today, that you said you should be truth to yourself and to others in a polite manner, right? But today you said it can be a ego if you keep saying truth or something. That's a little confusing for me. How to put things when you want to say something to someone, or should I not react at all?
No. Sometimes my job is not to convince you; it is to confuse you.
Oh God.
No. But jokes apart. But when I say truth here, ego defends its own truth. Means sometimes ego creates its own story. It's a distorted truth. It's a distorted perception. It is not the reality, but it because it wants to believe it. It wants to look it that way. That's how it's a distorted perception. You know, which has nothing to do with the actual truth. And when I say, when you speak your truth, when you're in alignment, that is the truth I'm talking about. So both, so here the truth is the distorted truth, and that truth was which I was talking 2 days before was the real truth, right? Like what Buddha taught us 2,500 years back, because it is truth, still relevant, so much relevant today. right? So it is about that truth.
One more thing, sir. Can you suggest some book about Buddha's teaching and all? Any perfect book which we can read?
I I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. There's a serial on Buddha on Netflix, I think,
I'm not
which
aware.
is
Which one?
just check on Buddha. It's a good serial. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, we will meet then in Pyramid Valley.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
see you. Thank you, Shweta.
Bye. Thank you.
Mohit, now?
Sorry, Mohit. No, we still can't hear you. No. Then maybe we'll come back to you tomorrow, Mohit. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel less guilty. Okay. So that's that for today, friends. Shreans, thank you for such a cannonball session. Thank you so much. And looking forward to more of it. Truly transformational. And tomorrow, friends, we go into the second part of today's session. And looking forward, very, very forward to see you all.
Thank you.
Tomorrow is the same. It's the part 2 of, I think we'll discuss the remaining traits of ego.
Yes,
And
the role playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you all,
Thank
friends.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nafti.
See you. Thank you.